Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host, Nathan Butler. This is episode, I believe it's 22.3. We're continuing an expansion upon a topic we've seen a few times as I've slowly added other versions of that same thing into my Star Wars Home Video Library collection. We saw in episode 71 of this series that The Making of Star Wars, which was a television special about the making of the Star Wars A New Hope film that was hosted by R2-D2 and C-3PO, had gotten a VHS release in 1979, making it the first ever Star Wars home video release on VHS. That was this, and I've got it in one of those protective cases here because my case is all kind of screwed up. We looked at that back in a relatively recent episode. We'd also seen previously that there was a 1995 version of this released alongside the THX remastered editions on VHS, and that this one replaced William Conrad's voiceover from the original 1977 version that's on all the other home video release versions with one by Don LaFontaine, the trailer voice guy. But this is the one that many people were more familiar with. We also said, when looking at Star Wars, the complete saga, for episodes 1 through 6 at least, on Blu-ray, that the complete saga set has that special, The Making of Star Wars, as one of the specials on its 9th Blu-ray disc. One of the bonus features just in the complete saga set, whether you bought it in 2011 or you got the reissue in 2015. We also pointed out previously, though, that in 1982, they took that same special and put it onto a double feature with another special, this one about The Empire Strikes Back, called SPFX, The Empire Strikes Back. And that was released as a double feature on multiple media. We've already seen it on CED, back in episode, I believe it was 21.1. Then on Laserdisc, in episode 21.2, the US Laserdisc. A lot of Japanese ones floating around. This was that initial US release from 20th Century Fox Video. Well, we've got another to add in a much more common format. I finally managed to procure a copy of The Making of Star Wars and SPFX, The Empire Strikes Back, the double feature on VHS. So we have here, you notice this is kind of a wider type of case than we're used to with the VHS. There's a reason for that. We have 20th Century Fox Home Video up at the top, or 20th Century Fox Video, no home in there, very much like the style of those other ones. The Making of Star Wars, as told by C-3PO and R2-D2, SPFX, The Empire Strikes Back. So a look a lot like the CED version, a lot like the Laserdisc version, and a lot like a Betamax version that I don't have yet. Then you got your information down here. It says, The Making of Star Wars, as told by C-3PO and R2-D2, narrator William Conrad, with appearances by Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, SPFX, The Empire Strikes Back, starring Mark Hamill. Packaging-wise then, on the top, it just has the name of both of them with a slash in between. Bottom is the same way. Spine, essentially the same. But it's one of these ones that's got the hole cut in the side, and the VHS logo here is actually on a drawer inside it. On the other side, it just has the VHS label, but it has this little notch. This is a drawer case, like those original couple of releases of A New Hope back in 82 and 83. Slide it open. This was 82, so it makes sense it would be this kind of case. And there's your tape, but this can just keep on going. I'm going to do it kind of carefully here. And you've got this with the hole the VHS sticks through, and then this has this extra cardboard part to slide into it, which again is making that package a little bit wider. As for the video itself, no label on the end, and a very, very simplistic label on the top. CBS Fox Video, they were in the middle of that transition at the time, you may recall. The Making of Star Wars, as told by C-3PO and R2-D2, SPFX, The Empire Strikes Back, etc. there, with your copyright information. And again, this is a double feature, so when you first put in the tape, it leads you into what you're going to see with this.
The following special presentation is brought to you by 20th Century Fox Video.
Then you move from The Making of Star Wars to SPFX, The Empire Strikes Back, with no real transition at all, just one leading straight into the other, and then nothing at the end of the tape. So nothing I would refer to as bonus features or anything like that. It's just these two behind-the-scenes specials, in this case, on VHS, in one of those cool drawer boxes. I'm told there is also a slimmer version, a regular bottom-loading VHS case version of this. I haven't come across that myself yet, but I wanted to take a moment to at least highlight this as yet another edition, that is edition ADDITION, of another edition, EDITION, of this pair of specials to my Star Wars home video library. Yes, there were many, many versions, and this was one of the more common ones. VHS, which more people had than Laserdisc or CED. Even Betamax by the time that format war was over. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and indulging me for yet another version of this. May the Force be with the home video viewers.